Two powerhouse AI tools, both making waves in 2025. One for content, one for creativity. Which one rules your workflow? On the left, Writesonic, the AI-powered wordsmith for marketers and creators. And on the right, Stable Diffusion, the trailblazing AI art generator unleashing visual creativity. Let's forget the hype and get to what actually matters. We'll look at each category, award points, and by the end, you'll know exactly who comes out on top. The final verdict might just surprise you.
Okay, before we get started, here's the roadmap. We're going to break things down category by category. Core function, speed and output, UI and ease of use, pricing, security and privacy, integration and API, customization, real-time info, SEO tools, and a special section for AI art and text capabilities. Each round is going to highlight what makes each tool shine or stumble. Ready? Let's go.
First up, and kind of an obvious starting point, core function. Writesonic is pretty much your AI-powered wordsmith, pumping out text for blogs, ads, emails, and a bunch more. You even get SEO optimization and can match your brand voice, which is super handy for marketers. But if you want visuals or images, nope, not here. Now, Stable Diffusion, wow, it flips the script. Instead of words, it creates images from your text prompts. You can customize art styles, and there's a huge open source community making it better every week. But if you're hoping to write copy, you're out of luck. So, they're both crushing it in their lanes. No clear winner, because it kinda depends what you need.
All right, let's talk speed and output.
Writesonic is like lightning fast at cranking out drafts. Bulk generation is a breeze, and with their export options, you can just push content straight to your blog or CMS. There is a catch though. The free plan limits how much you can pump out, and if you want the shiniest models, you're gonna have to pay up. Now, Stable Diffusion is fast too, especially for small or regular AI art. But those super high res or complex images, you might be waiting around a bit longer. And oh, don't expect bulk text generation here. This one's all about art. Writesonic definitely takes the win for output speed and volume.
UI and ease of use.
So Writesonic does offer templates for all kinds of tasks, blogs, ads, product descriptions. Integration with other tools is a plus, but I've got to say the UI could feel a little clunky at times. It's good, but there's a bit of a learning curve if you want to unlock those advanced features. Switch over to Stable Diffusion and things get a bit more artist-friendly. The web and app interfaces are pretty straightforward, especially if you're visually inclined. Advanced stuff, sure, it needs a bit of technical knowledge, but overall it feels easier to jump in and start making art. Winner here is Stable Diffusion. Quick break. Did you know Writesonic's ChatSonic can actually chat with you using real-time web data, which is kind of wild for staying up to date. Meanwhile, Stable Diffusion, it kind of set off a revolution in open source art AI. Super cool, right? Pricing. So here's the thing. Writesonic has a bunch of flexible tiers, free all the way up to enterprise. If you've got a team, it can be a really solid fit. But yeah, lots of premium features are tucked away behind the paywall, and the totally free plan is kinda limited. Stable Diffusion, it's open source, so you can totally use it for free or even self-host to cut costs. That said, enterprise or API access does get pricey. Still, Stable Diffusion is a better deal overall if you're an artist on a budget or you love tinkering. Moving on to security and privacy. Writesonic spells out clear privacy policies and is pretty business-friendly when it comes to compliance. But since it's cloud-based, you do depend on their provider security. Meanwhile, Stable Diffusion gets major points for transparency. You can self-host it, so your data is totally yours if you want it that way. But cloud versions are still tied to provider policies, so that's a trade-off. Writesonic nabs the win for business compliance. On the integration and API side of things, Writesonic comes swinging with integrations for Zapier, WordPress, Google Docs. You can plug it into a bunch of places. Developers? Yeah, there's an API. Though, worth noting, you'll need a paid plan to get some of those fancy features. Over in Stable Diffusion territory, they do have an API and plenty of community plugins, but for actual businesses or marketers, it just doesn't have as many out-of-the-box integration options. Writesonic takes this round. Customization. This is always fun. Writesonic lets you set up memory for your brand voice, use prompt templates, and even build your own custom bots with Botsonic. How cool is that? Advanced stuff does need a subscription, which is kind of a bummer. On the flip side, Stable Diffusion is like the playground for customization if art is your jam. You can literally create endless styles, tune your own models, and check out projects from the whole community. Just heads up, the learning curve gets steeper the further you go. But overall, Writesonic is a tad more accessible for regular users. Real-time info. Okay, here's something wild. Writesonic's ChatSonic actually fetches live web data. So it's super useful for research and up-to-date content in 2025. Not every feature does this, but still, that's a huge plus. Stable Diffusion? Nope. It's not sprinting out there on the web or pulling real-time data. It's just art in a vacuum, albeit awesome art. So Writesonic totally dominates this category. SEO tools. If SEO is your thing, you'll love Writesonic. There's a built-in optimizer, keyword research, a dream for content marketers or bloggers. Some of the advanced SEO stuff does need a paid plan, sure. Stable Diffusion, no SEO magic here because, again, it's focused on images, not rankings. This round is a slam dunk for Writesonic. Last head-to-head. AI art and text capabilities. Writesonic does let you dabble in image generation with Photosonic, which, plot twist, actually uses Stable Diffusion under the hood. So you can make multimodal content if you want. Still, images are just kind of an add-on, not the star. Stable Diffusion is the industry leader in AI art. Like, this community is always pushing the limits, adding more features and plugins. Just keep in mind, you're not writing text content here. Honestly, this one is a tie, because each nails its specialty. If we map it all out, you'll see Writesonic comes out on top for writing, speed, integrations, customization, and all things content marketing. Stable Diffusion, way ahead for art generation, user experience for artists, and affordable access to powerful AI tools. Each shines in totally different ways. So here's my honest take. If you're a blogger, marketer, or you just need a ton of SEO-optimized, brand-consistent content, Writesonic is seriously tough to beat. It's fast, flexible, and loaded with bonuses for teams. But if you're an artist, designer, or a creator who wants crazy freedom to experiment and generate stunning visuals, Stable Diffusion is hands down the way to go. All right, time to wrap it up. If you need words, definitely start with Writesonic. If you want to unleash your inner visual creative, Stable Diffusion is seriously where the magic happens.